Yes, guys, I'm Si. Welcome to Cardiff City World, and today we are taking a deep dive into the FA Cup tie this weekend as Peterborough United host the Bluebirds. We're going to cover the context, the tactical approach, the expected lineups, the key battles, and what it all means for Brian Barry Murphy's Bluebirds. Let's go. Go. So, Cardiff City is a defining season. Under Brian Barry Murphy, he came with the club in a mess, relegated from the Championship, struggling, on their knees, released God knows how many senior players, how many players generally. It was unreal. He joined in June 2025, 3-year deal, the club in League One after that horrific season. But the profile of this squad has changed. It is young, it is talented, and it is hungry. There is a clear framework from the manager. The season summary shows them with a strong start. You know, we've got Salit scoring goals, Robinson scoring goals, Ruben Colwell on form, and a whole host of other players stepping up to the plate. Chris Willock, who was widely criticised by fans and media last year alike, has been pretty spot on all season. Injured at the moment, but has been in good form. Callum Chambers took a lot of criticism at the start of the season, went away, got his head together, and has come back probably the best version of himself that we've seen in a Cardiff City shirt. And then you've got the youngsters like Dylan Lawler, Ronnie Capacchio, Joel Colwell, who've shown up for their debut seasons in the first team. Peterborough United, on the other hand, it's been a story of upheaval. They've forever been the yo-yo club between League One, Championship, League One, Championship. But they recently dismissed long-serving manager Darren Ferguson on the 25th of October. And that was following a string of poor results. In all honesty, a very poor start to the season. And they've brought in a former Swansea City manager, Luke Williams, which adds a little bit of extra to this fixture. He's been brought in to steady the ship. He's been brought in to steer a new era. The change of coach does add an extra dimension to this tie because you normally get that new manager bounce. The players are keen to impress. Some players are playing for their career. Some players have been out in the cold and are looking to get back in. So it's definitely a thing. Bounce back ability. However, will Brian Barry Murphy's men be able to deal with it? And when you look at the tactical overview of this game, under Brian Barry Murphy, the style is intended to be progressive. It's high energy football, high pressing, the ball movement off the ball from the players, and it's an eye for young players who can transition into the first team squad. This is a squad that has been rebuilt and refreshed. The expectations on Cardiff are still quite lofty because they're expected to go up, but they will definitely dominate in possession regardless of results along the way. They've been very compact defensively and they deliver efficient attacking output, generally speaking. However, in recent weeks, they've been very open in the middle of the park, and that has resulted in a lot of shots being conceded up until Tuesday when they played Wrexham, where they made a slight tactical tweak with the number 8 being a little bit deeper. They also remembered that they can move the ball super fast and they can move off the ball, and they've got some very, very skillful players to boot. The squad list is interesting. It reflects a bit of depth without being like this multi-million pound list of players where they've got 3, 4, 5 players in every position. They don't have that. What they do have is a couple of good players in each position, generally speaking. Peterborough, on the other hand, new coach coming in. Peterborough will start cautiously. They will rely on the home ground and the home crowd to get behind them. They will press and they will look for some sort of intense pressing movement of the ball. They will try and work it to the wide areas, and the defensive numbers, when you look at the season, they're definitely vulnerable. Luke Williams will look to address that. It's a cup tie. They could take their mind off the league form, so you'd expect them to come out swinging, and you'd expect them to just try and score and win this game, which could really, really play into Cardiff's hands. However, with a young squad like Cardiff have, you never quite know how they're going to react to conceding a couple of quick goals or going behind early, because they're young, they're learning. In terms of the expected lineups, it is almost impossible to predict, but I think in Brian Barry Murphy's case, it's a little bit more simple, because I don't think he's going to make 10 changes. I think he will go strong. I think he'll go something like this. I think he might rest Nathan Trott. I think he might give young Matt Turner a go. I think Perry and G will come in at right back. I wouldn't be shocked at all to see Dylan Lawler and Gabriel Osho start in the centre of defence. If either one of them is not fit, then Will Fish or Callum Chambers will play. It's simple as that. But with Chambers and Fish starting on Tuesday, I'd kind of expect Dylan Lawler and Osho to come in today. But who knows? Left back, Joel Bagan seems to play every game. Yes, we need to give him a break. I wouldn't be against seeing Louis Giles get a game here, just to give Joel a rest. He's come off the last 2 games with a bit of a knock. And then you've got the anchor. Does he bring Alex Robertson in for a start? Does he go with Ryan Wintle? Does he go with David Turnbull? Ruben could probably do with a rest in that sort of number 10 or hybrid sort of 8-10 attacking role. Could you replace him with Joel and go Robertson the other side? You could. Don't think he will. I think Ruben will play, and then it'll be a choice of Turnbull, Robertson or Joel Colwell in the sort of 8 role, I think. But we'll see. I think Callum Robertson, if fit, will start. This one Yusuf started on Tuesday, so I'd expect that. Maybe Isaac Davis comes in to start, but I mean, to be fair, I think Omari Kellyman will play 45 minutes in this game, whether it's the first half or the second half. I thought he was electric in the first half on Tuesday, so it'd be good to keep that momentum going with him. Isaac Davis again could come in, but to be honest with you, Keane Ashford was so good on Tuesday that I'd be inclined to keep him in and keep him playing well as well. So it's interesting for sure. Cardiff have some options. You could bring in some younger players like Troy Perrett or even Tankovic, someone like that, but I think he'll go relatively strong. I've got to be honest. I think he'll try and keep that winning feeling going. The younger players will always need to stand up, and they're going to want to play in an FA Cup tie. Experience wise, whether it's Chambers, Robinson, Wintle, whoever, Osho, they've got to stand up and they've got to help the young players. As always, the big moments is the one moments which will test individuals and the collective. Can Cardiff adjust to Peterborough? Can they change the shape late in the game if they need to? I think some of the key battles, Cardiff are going to control the game via the number 6, probably Ryan Wintle, and look to get Ruben Colwell into little pockets of space, and he'll either look to carry or shoot or link up. Omari Kellyman does add an extra avenue to Cardiff though, because if Omari Kellyman is in the form that he was in the first half versus Wrexham, it definitely frees up Ruben Colwell a lot, because teams target Ruben, they double up on him, they close his space, so he's closed down really quickly. And Peterborough will know only too well, Ruben absolutely decimated their midfield in the first game of the season. So for me, that's one of the reasons why I'd go with Omari Kellyman in there, whether he plays wide and then Ruben starts, or if they want to give Ruben a rest, I'd put Kellyman in the middle. But I would certainly be looking to get Kellyman in there, because I think it gives us a whole different avenue, and we're not as heavily dependent on Ruben to create and score. Defensive solidity, like Cardiff must be on high alert. New coach at Posh means they are going to be up for it. They might change the team, they might change the tactics, they might be a completely different side to what we played earlier in the season, but most of all, they're going to be buzzing and they're going to be looking to impress the new boss. So Cardiff, defensively, no mistakes. Keep your concentration, do the simple things well, and then build on that. Gabriel Osho, if he starts or he plays, got to keep that concentration up, because outside of his mistakes, he's looked decent, but those mistakes have been or nearly been costly in almost everyone. Set pieces, I think, will be important. Both teams look dangerous from set pieces. Cardiff scored from another set piece at the week on Tuesday. And transitions, Cardiff defensively from transitions, hopefully we'll see that tweak again with the number 8 a little bit deeper. to just make us a little bit more secure. And when we move into transitions, get the ball out to the wide players, get the ball into Ruben really, really fast, and take teams out while they're out of position and make them pay for it. We must be clinical with our finishing. The psychological edge, Cardiff City's fresh coach, fresh squad energy, and the narrative of a bounce back manager on the Peterborough side. Both sides will be looking to reassure fans. On Cardiff side, they'll be looking to say, Tuesday, we're back to our best. Let's go again and do it again. Peterborough will be looking, new manager, new era, let's go and let's kickstart this season as we like. So, from a prediction point of view, I do think there'll be goals. Peterborough are very, very vulnerable at the back. Cardiff can be open at times, although they can also be very defensively solid, depending on the personnel. For me, in my Dragon Sports preview, I said a 3-2 to Cardiff, and I think I'm going to stick with that. I do think Cardiff will score. I think it'll be 3-0, 3-1 to Cardiff, and then I think Peterborough will make a little bit of a kick up. I think they'll make a bit of a comeback because it's a one-off game, right? And there's no pressure on them. It's not a league game. Cardiff, summarising, Cardiff City are going to arrive. They're going to have clarity of purpose under Brian Barry Murphy. They know how they're going to play. They know more or less who's going to play. They have a real quality about them, and they showed on Tuesday. It doesn't matter who they play. They can be very difficult to play against. Peterborough United, it's a transitional moment. It's a team which is under a new manager. It's a fresh agenda. There's uncertainty. We don't quite know what sort of Peterborough is going to turn up. But the fans will be on side. The tie will likely be decided in that midfield battle. A lot of it on the transitions. Peterborough will look to get wide. Cardiff have got to be quick in the transitions and be clinical with the finishing. I do think Cardiff will have enough. I think we'll move through the gears as the game goes on, and I think we'll set the tone for the season now. Going into Christmas, we want to get a bit of momentum and really make League One pay in terms of let's get this momentum and just win football matches. But it's an FA Cup tie today, so let's enjoy it. Are we going to have another cup run? Do we want another cup run? Who knows? We're going to have a lot of fixtures if we do. But I love the FA Cup. It's my favourite tournament or favourite competition. So let's have another run in that. Fuck it. Let's go. Let's win it all. Win the lot. 3-2 Cardiff for me. Let me know in the comments what you think the score will be. But also what I'm more interested in almost is what side would you pick for this game? Because you do have to rotate and manage it, because we played Tuesday. We play again Tuesday. I know it's Arsenal under 21s, but it is another competition. It's a trophy that really, the Virtue Trophy is an opportunity to get to Wembley, albeit not massively financially rewarding. And then we've got league games coming up as well. So you've got to use your squad. Who would you use? Why? And what do you think the score will be? Let me know in the comments. As always, please do like, share and subscribe. And please, when you listen to this message at the end about memberships, I cannot tell you enough. Number one, how great the community is, and number two, how important being a member is to this channel. It is massive. Keep the faith, my friends, and I'll see you in a bit. Nice one. This channel is powered by an incredible membership community on Cardiff City World and patreon.com/Ace Podcast Nation. Becoming a member unlocks exclusive rewards from early access to live event tickets, bonus content, and even the occasional inside transfer scoop when we get it. But more importantly, it allows us to bring you top quality Cardiff City content 7 days a week. Across those 7 days, we're talking match previews, exclusive interviews, instant match reactions, the breakdown podcast, tactical deep dives, the Spotlight series, Bluebirds Rewind, Academy Focus, and just so much more. Led by myself, backed by an army of passionate Cardiff City fans, this is content created by fans for fans. Balanced, professional, and 100% all about the club we all love. If you enjoy what we do, then join the community today and support what we are doing as we help to keep Cardiff City World flying high.